It's my pleasure to introduce to you, bringing to the stage our dear friend and chairman of the Massachusetts Board of Higher Education, Charlie Desmond. Charlie, please join me on the stage. Now, Charlie, you are coming on the stage to receive one of the highest honors that we give here at the university, the Chancellors Medal. And so, I'm going to ask Joan, please join me in making this presentation. To our most esteemed colleague, Dr. Charles F. Desmond, in recognition of your exemplary leadership in public education, and in marking the 25th anniversary of the Urban Scholars Program, it is my honor to present to you the University of Massachusetts, Boston 2009 Chancellors Medal. Joan, come on over here. Charlie, we want you to come forward, say a few words for us.
Keith, let me just say to start off with, I'm honored and humbled to receive this recognition. You're truly one of my heroes, and you know that when I say that. We've been friends for more than 30 years, and you cannot know how much pleasure and joy it brings me to receive this award, and especially from you. This room this evening is filled with friends I've known for decades. Given how well most of you know me, you'll be surprised that tonight I do not intend to speak too long. I promise to be brief. Now, at UMass, I'm only going to speak 925 words, and that's brief at UMass. Let me say at the outset, the central reason we're here tonight is not to celebrate me, but to celebrate the amazing students who have come through the Urban Scholars Program. You've met Armando, Ivy, and many other urban scholars this evening. But let me assure you, these wonderful people are only the tip of an amazing iceberg. All across Boston, in schools large and small, you can find outstanding students who, with assistance and support, can achieve at the limits of their potential, thus realizing academic outcomes that far surpass what they might have imagined as possible. This belief in nurturing and developing the untapped potential, unrecognized talents, uncharted genius of students is what the University of Massachusetts is all about. That is why I have so much love for UMass Boston and the people who lead this amazing university. I cannot say enough about President Wilson. He's moved UMass into the national arena. Under his leadership, UMass has taken its place amongst the great universities of the 21st century. Trustee Karam, as well, has devoted decades to this university, never wavering, never faltering, always advocating and advancing its important mission of teaching, research, and above all, service to the people of Massachusetts. Thank you, Trustee Karam, for honoring me with your presence this evening at this event. I want to take just a few minutes to thank some of the very special people who, without their support, I would not be standing here this evening. First, I want to thank my wonderful wife, Phyllis, sitting right over here, who has stood beside me and supported me throughout my career. It's been a long road, as you know, but the two of us have made it together and we'll continue to do so. Let me also say thank you to my brother Ken and his wife Marion. Ken and Marion is right over here. Please, Ken. To be frank, I don't know what would have become of me without my brother. He's watched over me all of my life, and he and Marion are very special to me, and I want to thank both of them for all the love and support that they've given me. Okay. I'm also joined here tonight by one of my three wonderful children. Let me introduce you all to my beautiful daughter, Marissa. Please stand up, Marissa. Marissa is a graduate student at MIT pursuing a program of study in architecture. She'll be graduating next year, so if anyone here knows about any contacts or jobs that might be available, she and her good friend Ian, who's one of her classmates, will be happy to take numbers and names of anyone who has any leads. And President Wilson has already said that he might have some ideas, so let's keep that in mind. I'm only joking. This is Massachusetts. I know that there's going to be great music event shortly, so let me try to draw this to a conclusion with just a few people that I'd like to give some special attention and mention to tonight. Let me say that I owe my career in higher education to Bob Corrigan. Bob is now the president of San Francisco State University, but 25 years ago, he was a young, dynamic chancellor of UMass Boston. Bob asked me to be his vice chancellor for student affairs. He gave me the platform, finances, and support necessary to develop the Urban Scholars Program, and he allowed me to initiate a broad range of other programs and services for students. Many of these programs are still operable here at UMass Boston, and they're continuing to do great work. Bob and his beautiful wife, Joyce, who I love very much, are dear, dear friends, and I'm honored that they would find time to leave San Francisco and to be with us here this evening. Thank you, Bob and Joyce. Without going into great detail, let me also recognize my good friend Robert Glassman, who's sitting right over here with his lovely wife Linda and his brilliant daughter Marnie. Bob is the co-founder of Wainwright Bank. Bob is an amazing leader who has helped me, the city of Boston, and this university in innumerable ways. And so, Bob, thank you very much for joining us. And I can't leave this stage without also saying a few words about my good friends at the Trefler Foundation. For those of you who are committed to educational access and opportunity, you know that Pam Trefler stands out as a fearless leader who has transformed the public schools and has contributed greatly to our Graduate College of Education in profoundly significant ways. The work of the Trefler Foundation continues, and I want to thank Christine Green, who I think may be here today, but I know Linda Kutch is here, and so Linda, thank you very much for your ongoing work, and I also want to thank you for the many years we've spent together. I also know that Bobby Bell is here. He's not in my notes, and I wasn't sure he was going to be here, but Bobby Bell was the headmaster at Dorchester High School that helped us lead one of the most amazing transformational urban school efforts seen in the history of the Boston Public Schools. Every high school in the city of Boston is now restructuring along the lines led by Bobby Bell. He's an amazing guy. I've grown to love him like a brother, and his contribution to the Boston Public Schools will live on forever. So thank you very much, Bobby, for joining us tonight. Let me also say a few words about our MC tonight, Dr. Joan Becker. Joan has been a thoughtful, tireless, and passionate advocate for urban scholars and many other programs that support students on this campus. It has been a joy to work with you, Joan, and I thank you for your leadership and advocacy here on this campus. Let me also conclude now by saying thank you very much to Darrell Byers, Ellen Fleming, and all of the wonderful people in institutional advancement who arranged this evening's affair. Thank you for a wonderful night, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Finally, and I do mean finally, I owe a special thanks to the people at State Street Bank, the Nellie Mae Education Foundation, and Verizon. These three organizations were the first to give financial support to the Urban Scholars Program. Now, 25 years later, they are still involved, still active, still engaged in making a difference in the lives of young people. To all of my friends who are in the audience tonight, I regret that I can't name you all, but you know that I love you, and that I thank you for all of your help and support and nurturing that you've given to me over the years. I wouldn't be where I am today. I couldn't have done anything that I've done without you, and for that, if nothing else ever happens in my life, I'll be eternally grateful. Thank you very much.